I have two friends, former coworkers, who are married to other people. We're a pod of three and good friends. I am recently married, and they are at the small children phase of their marriage, so they have a lot of advice. In March, went to a work happy hour with them, with other colleagues around, and I caught them holding hands under a high-top bar table, twice. I also noticed that left and came back together several times throughout the night. I obviously put two and two together, and to say I was shocked is an understatement. Since then, I've just noticed a lot of things to make me go, referencing holding hands at a bar, mentioning they are in the car together a lot, etc. We all went to a colleague's house recently. It was only 8 of us there. It was a shoes-off house. I caught him holding her foot with both of his feet under the dining table about 3 times, while she's talking to the table about wanting to have another baby with her husband. They were just sitting very close to each other on the couch later in the evening. Obviously, at this point, I am convinced something is going on. I've felt a range of emotions since the first discovery. I am conflicted. If I say something to the effect of people are noticing, I don't want any negative consequences for either of you. I do not want to have the "what are you doing?" Think of your spouse's talk with them because they're adults and know the risks. Or do I stay quiet, but every time I see secret PDA, it's like taking an emotional bullet, and I get very upset on the inside, which is not good for my mental health. I don't want to can't cut off this friendship because the work situation is intricate, too long to explain. I am afraid if I say something, I'll lose the friendship. You can say, this is none of my business, but they're my friends, and every time I catch them, I feel more and more entangled in this. Finally, the thing I truly can't reconcile is, am I truly their friend, or do they look at me as this, idiot third-wheel buffer they keep around, because I have no idea what's going on? Please advise, because this is truly ripping me apart. Relevant comments. Brute Cookie 5, tell everyone. This kind of B behavior is currently tearing my family apart, and I would have given anything if one of my wife's friends had mentioned something 11 months ago. I found out a week before our 20th anniversary that my wife had been cheating on me for a year with the former subordinate coworker. Over the course of that year, I spent way too much time and emotional energy trying to fix my marriage, months in couples therapy, begging my wife to come home and spend time with the family and me, and all the while she had a boyfriend that either she kept secret from everyone or nobody told me about. It's just like terrorism. If you see something, say something OOP. The thought has definitely but very briefly crossed my mind to find their spouses on IG, message them, and tell them what I know. But another colleague that I trust 100 I confided in advised me that it is not my place to ruin their marriages. One of their spouses came to my wedding, but that's about it. I'm conflicted on the who do I tell if I do aspect. Lamar7, create anonymous account on socials and tell both spouses nothing that can be tracked back to you so that you're not affected on a professional level since you mentioned they're part of your network. If they ever ask if it was you, use the fact that they never told you to your advantage and play dumb. For instance, what do you mean if I told I didn't know there was anything to tell? OOP, I don't work with them anymore, but too risky. They could try to ruin my career back in retaliation. They know where my new workplace is. I also have the trusted colleague who I told, so this isn't 100 I don't know. Machiko. They are using you to hide the affair. I would doubt the friendship. Every time they meet up, they're going to include you into the plans so that it doesn't look suspicious to their spouses. I would refuse to be used for immoral reasons like this. OOP. They spend time together without me. They frame it to me as they're going to Starbucks or wherever during their lunch hour, but since I have context, I definitely think they are like making out in their cars off campus. I actually don't work at that job anymore for a complicated reason, nothing to do with them. They don't need me to make it look less obvious. They tell me information and they think it will go over my head, and it doesn't. Two married friends are having an affair with each other. Can I realistically gently confront one or both of them about it and not blow up the friendship? June 10th, 2024. These two married friends are former co-workers. They are still at workplace. I am not. We are a pod of three close friends, male, female, and me also female. We see each other every 2-3 months since I left my job, but that's just due to balancing demands of life adult friendships. We speak text frequently. My other friends who also work there have seen things to indicate affair, but only I have seen the obvious stuff that confirms it. This is sort of a poorly kept secret at this point. We're confident they're banging. The female AP talks about having another baby with her spouse. This brings another level of concern to me personally. I'm not a lecturer, and I don't tell people what to do. They're adults and they know the risks. The stakes are very high for them. Small children, mortgages, working in a job field where getting caught would be extra bad. I still care for them and friends, and therefore, I just want to gently say to them, or one, probably the female, that I'm approaching them as a friend who cares and isn't here to judge even though I am, and that it's obvious what's going on, and I don't want to see this blow up in their face, people get hurt. I am open to other wording suggestions. I also go back and forth on just 100 blowing everything up and going to their spouses, although I have no photo-video proof. Can I realistically kiss this friendship goodbye if I approach one or both them? We don't have the workplace in common anymore, so we're at this point just friends because we like each other. They were both there for me during a very difficult time last year, so I'm having a hard time coming to grips with this. Nobody else I'm friends with in this workplace wants to approach them, obviously, because they still have to work with them. Final update on my friends who are having an affair with each other. July 28th, 2024. Hi everyone. I made a post a few weeks ago about my two married friends' colleagues who I caught holding hands and being affectionate under tables at work happy hours. I decayed what happened to the post. I probably deleted it. This is a throwaway account. But here is a final update. I once again need some guidance. So after reading your comments, talking to a mutual friend, Linda, and thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that my friends, let's call them Bob and Sarah, were DF having an affair, and that I would approach Sarah in a gentle way first when the time was right. Meanwhile, another coworker friend of mine, Linda, called me a few weeks ago to tell me that there were rumors swirling in her department about Bob and Sarah's affair at work. Linda approached Sarah about these rumors, and she denied them, saying that they are just friends who are close, and that she shouldn't have to stop being friends with someone just because they're both married and of the opposite sex. Sarah also referenced that if I, OP, was still working in the same department with them, these rumors wouldn't even be happening, since we were a clique of three. Linda and I didn't know what to think of Sarah's denial of these rumors. A few days before Linda confronts Sarah, Sarah happens to group texted Bob and I saying she wanted to hang out, the three of us, and was very enthusiastic about us getting together. Mind you, she doesn't know that I know that she wanted to hang out during a happy hour outing in their department that they were probably trying to avoid. I agree to meet them. I'm nervous. IDK, what's going to go down, or if they are going to tell me about their affair. We meet at a diner, and I don't see anything flirty going on. We're there for over an hour, and I probably asked them 3 ways to Sunday how work is going, and they mentioned nothing about these rumors. Finally, after an hour and a half, Sarah starts talking about the rumors going on about her and Bob. I'm trying to play dumb, but I finally break down and start crying in front of them, saying that, look, I don't care what you're doing, I just want to know what's going on. Do I care? Yes, but I needed some clarity at that point. They swear up they aren't having an affair. I recap all the specific example of things I have seen hand-holding footsie under tables, and they both claim they were either drunk or they don't remember, and I believe them, because I'm not exactly dealing with expert liars or gaslighters, and I did press them. Sarah and Bob then go on to explain that they don't even have time to have an affair since they have young children to pick up, look after when work ends, and how since we are so close, a clique of 3, they would tell me if something was going on. She goes on to explain that her husband tracks her location, which I knew already, and has access to her bank account, so he would know if she was stepping out or spending money on hotels, etc. In addition, Bob happened to show us a nasty scar on his chest from childhood, and Sarah had genuinely never seen it before. That kind of confirmed for me there was nothing going on too. I asked them if they would tell their spouses about these rumors going around, just as a heads up, because you never know what crazy people at work would try to contact their spouse, and they both said they wouldn't, because it would just create problems at home over nothing if it me. I would tell my wife, but whatever. I truly walked away from that hangout sesh thinking they weren't having an affair. Are we close, affectionate friends that talk about everything? Sure, okay. Are they dipping their toes in the boundary pool? Maybe. But now, I don't know what to do with what I saw. I know they are telling me the truth, but I can't let go of what I saw. I mean, when I saw them playing footsie under the table, it lingered. It wasn't in a teasing as friends engagement, and I don't know how to bring it up to them again without making it obvious that I'm still thinking about this because we've hung out since then. And it's been totally normal, and I haven't seen anything else. Is this my brain telling me I don't believe them? Relevant comments briefly accessible. Most likely they are having an affair. OP. Most likely just trying to figure out how to confront them and be like, hey, I know I said I believed you, but my wife rocks. You just did confront them and they gaslighted you. OP. I told them I noticed some things that had nothing to do with rumors flying around. I gave examples of what I saw and made her act it out with Mr. Sort of to be crystal clear. They told me they were drunk and don't remember holding hands and just simply don't remember playing footsie under table, even though they were dead sober. Then I asked them then justify to me what I saw then. I think their explanation is wearing off, or these two just don't understand boundaries in a marriage.